Cane Corso is a somewhat enigmatic, mystic dog. Diving deep into the breed history, I may say it is quite impressive. See to yourself. These dog progenitors were fierce soldiers in Roman legions. They fought huge wild beasts in circuses, played an essential part in big game hunting, protected families and leaders of the Italian mafia, and did more trivial work, as to protect cattle and property of Italian farmers. But let's see this story closely. Cane Corso belongs to the Molossoids group of dogs and Mastiff type according to the Italian Kennel Club, ENCI. The origin of those Molossan dogs is still not clear, as well as the type of the Molossoid dogs most closely related to modern Cane Corso. There are theories about Cane Corso being the direct descendant of the following ancient types of dogs. Canis pugnax, lean, strong-first dogs that were utilized by Romans on the war battles, and Publicis Britanniae, heavy, powerful guardian dogs that were used for camps guarding. According to the FCI description of the Cane Corso Italiano, they are direct descendants of the Canis pugnax. Molossan dogs originated from the same named ancient Greek tribe or kingdom, situated in the region of Epirus. It is believed that they were brought there from Asia. By another theory, Alexander the Great, a famous Greek warrior, saw these magnificent dogs on one of his military adventures in Asia, and brought some with him. Since Alexander the Great, or Macedonian, is a son of the Molossi princess, those dogs were called Molossians. Sometime later, ancient mastiffs were found by Romans and they trained them to be warriors. As I mentioned above, Canis pugnax was widely used on the battlefields by the Roman warriors and the guarding dogs. Those Cane Corsi must be strong, tough dogs, able to walk up to 35 kilometers per day, while the army changed the dislocation. So, it is sensible to suggest that Roman dogs were highly trained, and apparently selectively bred, in order to be decent companions for soldiers. They must be able to attack the enemy surrounded by hundreds of thousands of men, among blood, gnashing of metal, pain from injuries, and at the same time, be fully under command, ready to leave the field, or perform different actions instantly. Some war tactics include fire carriers, dogs that will carry burning substances on their backs into the cavalry of the enemy, scaring and injuring horses. War Cane Corsi was wearing a special hard leather cover to protect the back and chest, and a collar with cutting blades to injure troops and horses of the opponent. For the purpose to grow such animals, there was special selection and training which were established in Capua, Campania. Skills and traits which Cane Corsi acquired during war times were utilized in other areas later. At the beginning of the 19th century, Cane Corso was still used on the warfield by Italian soldiers, and at the same time, they were valued guardian dogs for brigands of southern Italy. Until game hunting existed, Cane Corso also participated in big hunting sport as a catch dog. The strength, speed, and intelligence of this dog made them one of the best in hunting on the wild boars, stags, bears, and smaller creatures, such as badgers. Usually, there were sent hounds to trace the wild animals, and once they spotted it, they issue signals which Cane Corso recognized and sped up to the beast. Once on the place, Cane Corso's role was to immobilize the animal by gripping it on the ears, nose, or the area between ear and throat and pulling it down to the ground, so the hunters could kill it fast and safe for themselves. Weapon modernization made use of catch dogs unnecessary, and modern hunters mostly accompanied by a variety of hounds, gun dogs, terriers, whose role mostly to locate quarry and bring the shot game to the hunter. The Italian farmers keep Cane Corsi too, to help them manage with the livestock. As a cattle drove dogs, helping to transfer them to a slaughterhouse, and as herding dogs, protecting the flock from the wolves. At this stage, there is some evidence that Cane Corso was enriched by the blood of an Italian herding dog, the Marimano Abruzzese. This addition helped to get dogs that were less prone to chase and kill wolves, but instead more protective of the flock. The Industrial Revolution decreased the necessity of Cane Corso's work on farms. The primary role of Cane Corso in the 20th century became that of guarding homesteads and as personal guards. Unfortunately, too many of these beautiful dogs were killed during World War II while protecting their families, or died in a wild abandoned. By the end of 1970s, not many examples of this majestic breed were left. Fortunately, there were enthusiasts who helped to begin the campaign of the Cane Corso rescue. first attempts to gain public attention were made by Giovanni Bonatti, Professor Bellotta, and Dr. Paolo Briba. It is after the number of articles in the NC magazines written at 1960s by Dr. Briba that those attempts had a success. After this appeal had been made, a group of enthusiasts with the Dr. Briba in the lead ventured an expedition to the south of Italy in the search of a Cane Corso typical dogs that still remained. Over 90 dogs were selected, and selective breeding began. In 1980, out of 2 dogs, Dorno and Tipsy, chosen by Dr. Briba, a famous male Bassa was produced, who became a model for Cane Corso standard for years ahead. In 1983, those pioneers in the Cane Corso establishment set SACC, Cane Corso Amateur Society. Starting from the 1986, work on the breeding program and establishing Cane Corso world recognition were led by Giancarlo Malavasi, Stefano Gandolfi, Gianantonio Sereni, Ferdinando Casalino, Mr. Orest Savoia, Dr. Flavio Bruno, and many others. In 1987, NC Judging Committee approved the official standard of the Cane Corso, which was unfortunately somewhat altered in order to separate Cane Corso from other Mastiff breeds. This alteration, according to the competent view of Dr. Briba and many others, concerns first and foremost the jaw position, which by this standard must have a probabilism no more than 5 mm by modern FCI standard. Some judges, nowadays, consider this factor for show dogs as a serious fault, while from a biological, historical, and practical point of view, probabilism is not natural for a catch dog, which Cane Corso was made to be in the first place. Fortunately, there are enough breeders nowadays that lead thoughtful selection work, reviving the Cane Corso as closely as possible to that traditional Corso, including a scissors bite of teeth, cow-like fur, unique temperament, bone structure, and famous Cane Corso head. By 1994, Cane Corso was officially recognized by the NC, and in 1996 this breed gets recognition by the FCI. Here, let me put a pause on the Cane Corso story, to continue it in the next video release. So, stay tuned to see our next videos and find out what the standard of the Cane Corso breed is, what are the famous Cane Corso character features, what health issues this race may have, whether this breed is fit for you, and even more. Thank you for watching. Please, subscribe to the channel, leave your impression, and see you soon.